the Edmonton Oilers and the Arizona Coyotes meet for the fourth time this season. Let's meet the starting goaltenders, brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL. 20th start of the season for Ben Scrivens, trying to snap a personal two-game losing streak and get his first W on the road. And former Oiler Devin Dubnyk faces his old team for the second time this season. He gave up 3 goals on 35 shots Saturday in the shootout loss to Minnesota.
Recommended lift all button show off all button all lift
something
access
has got to give game because Arizona has
sniffing
lost
tool
9
settings
straight
system 1 of 6
at home. The Oilers have dropped
settings win home 1 of 12 level 1 system 2 system break Aiden break Microsoft 1 Windows up back but display sound 2 of 8 sound
trying to find a way to start putting the puck in the net on a regular basis.
Oilers got shut out by the Rangers on Sunday by the score of 2-0. Arizona, a franchise worst 9 straight losses here at the Gila River Arena. Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Teddy Purcell will start up front. Brad Hunt got called up on the weekend, did not dress in the game against the Rangers, but he will play tonight, his 7th game of the season, and he'll be paired with Justin Schultz. And we are underway. Fired in by McCulloch. Schultz picks it up, plays it around the boards. Personal waiting for it. Checked by Bodker. Bodker is with Vermette and Shane Doan. And for Bodker, he is his 25th birthday today. Hunt with a shot.
Mono audio toggle switch. Volume group mute. Volume adjust treble output all set. Volume mixer. More sound setting.
Very hard.
Sound dialog. Playback. Select. Headset. Microphone array 1 of 3 selected. Microphone array change. Okay. Cancel. General edit microphone. General tab. Listen tab. Listen check.
A lot of coaches will tell you if you drove off a guy's ankle a couple
Listen
times.
tab item 2 4 select levels. Mic mute. Cancel. Okay. Cancel. Okay button. Cancel. Level. Microphone. Mute check box. Okay button. Mute. Mic 95. 60, 53.
Tobias Peter driving playback, off there by
Levels tab, cancel button. Levels, allow applications, give exclusive mode, enable audio enhancements, checkbox check. Unchecked, restored, okay button, restore defaults button alt, restore defaults button alt, restore defaults button alt, okay, apply. Allow applications to take exclusive control of this device, checkbox check.
The look that he gave after he made it was something.
As for Gagne, got by his stick, comes to Schlemko. Handled back to Schlemko. Schlemko with a wrist shot. With the wrist shot. Scrivens makes the save. Yakubov clears it off the boards and gets it out to center. Larson. Ben Scrivens made 20 saves in that loss against the Rangers on Sunday. He is 1-3-1 lifetime against Arizona. Arcabello, Pitlick, and Perron. The forward line now for the Oilers. David Moss back in the lineup. He had missed 22 games with a broken hand. Playing with Kyle Chipchura and Martin Erat. Perron to the middle it goes. It's picked up by Pitlick. Outlet pass. Davidson fires a shot right on, and Devin Dubnyk makes his first save of the period. The keys to the game are brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Take everything that's happened in the last 30-plus hours and shelve it. Just go play. Find a way just to go do what you've been doing for all these years. And for the Arizona Coyotes, the one thing against everybody that's played against the Edmonton Oilers knows if they get off to a good start, you get a great chance to win. But Dave Tippett, a little extra pressure on his guys, get off to a really good start. Doesn't mean you have to score the first goal, but you want to be pushing the pace of the play.
Both teams have been challenged, as Drew mentioned, to get their offenses going. Hendricks remains at center with Gazdic and Pinizzotto. Boyd Gordon, he's here, and he could play on this road trip.
Boyd had a good skate yesterday. He said his back didn't bother him.
Intercept by Pinizzotto. Pinizzotto with a shot pad save by Dubnyk. McMillan checked by Gazdic. Hendricks in there to help him out. The 2 fourth lines on the ice right now. Schlemko has the puck. David Schlemko under pressure from Pinizzotto. Handle. Put it off the stick of Pinizzotto. The race is on. Joe Vitale going after it, but Schultz had the angle, and he comes up with a puck as the Coyotes make a change. Hendricks at the blue line, fires a long shot in. Dubnyk will hold on to it. Schultz was right there.
Talking about Hendricks today, he was talking about his wingers, Luke Gazdic and Steve Pinizzotto, and he's just complimenting them on the play that they have been able to bring since being put together. Steve Pinizzotto makes a nice play there defensively in the neutral zone. and a good shot on net. Matt Hendricks did mention that playing with Steve and playing with Luke, he's starting to understand, is starting to read off of them, and he likes the fact that they're really starting to develop into very trustworthy wingers.
Intercepted by Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Drop pass for Teddy Purcell. Purcell trying to give it back to him. Stone clears the puck down the ice. And Matt Hendricks is still above 52% in the faceoff circle.
I asked Matt about that. He never played center for an entire season. He a little bit in college, a little bit coming up, but he's never been there regularly. He likes being that left-wing power forward, but he's, a very adaptable player, which, boy, that's got to be a useful tool for any coach when you've got a guy like that who can play any position you want him to.
Just doesn't want to go up against Martin Hansel in the face-off circle. He's second in the league. But I consider him first because you got to give Manny Malhotra is always going to be number one.
It's like Gretzky is the face-off circle. So Gretzky's Gretzky, and then Manny Malhotra is Manny Malhotra. That's one thing Boyd Gordon was talking about. He might be ready for Thursday. And he said, "Yeah, just in time to go and choke for him." Yay!
Long shot by Vermette and two blocker saves by Scrivens. Bodker being watched by Jeff Petrie. Comes back to Dolan. He can't get that puck to settle down. And the Coyotes retreat back into their own zone. Oliver Ekman Larson. In a power play goal and an assist in the game against Minnesota. This is Hansel. Long shot. Scrivens the save. Reeder looking for the rebound, but Fane prevented him from getting to the net.
The great Dave Tippett. Since 02-03, third in wins behind two terrific coaches and ahead of one other terrific coach. Talking to Dave Tippett earlier this year, we asked him, what's changed about you? And he went, not a heck of a lot. Kind of still deliver the same message in the same way. He said the one thing you have to do as a coach is you have to hold players accountable, but in a way that's fair. And he does that very, very well. There's very few coaches that can get as many miles out of his players that Dave Tippett does.
This is game number 899 for him. He will coach his 900th game in LA on Saturday. Jordan Eberle back into his own zone. Shots are 5-3 in favor of the Coyotes. Draisaitl drifts one in, picked up there by Kyle Chipchura. Chipchura moves it ahead to Erat, gets the puck back again, gets it to Moss. Erat behind the net for Moss, trying to center it out in front. Chipchura went down. And Hunt gets the puck out to center. Erat's going to bring it right back in. Stopped by Hunt. He'll play it low for Moss. He's got Chipchura out in front. David Moss circles, gives it to Chipchura. Kyle Chipchura. He'll backhand it into the corner. Erat waiting for it. Tied up there by Brad Hunt. Chipchura's got the puck. Checked by Hunt. The Oilers have possession. This is David Perron. Flips it out and down the ice. It was ironic that game against Minnesota on Saturday. Two of the best players in that game were David Schlemko and Kyle Chipchura. Both guys had been put on waivers.
Sometimes it takes a little stark reality to kick you into high gear.
Crombeen checked by Brandon Davidson. The puck comes out to center, and Pinizzotto gets it to settle down. He'll give it back to Mark Fane.
Guys are facing the fact that I may lose my job. I may be in the minors. Maybe I'm not playing very well. It just takes some hard self-reflection to get you going in the right direction again. Sometimes guys think they're working hard, but they're not really.
Crombeen has it go off his stick to Ferentz. Brandon Gormley, who is recovering from a lower body injury, has just been reassigned to the minors. Not sure whether he will be down there as a rehab assignment or he has just been flat out sent to the minors. They've got a plethora of defensemen. Summers waits for it. Checks. Here is Hall from the corner. Nugent-Hopkins. Checked by Vermette. Gets some help from Teddy Purcell. Purcell. Nugent-Hopkins. Knocked down. Carries on. Hall with it now from the corner. Taylor Hall turns. His shot went off Vermette. Summers and Nugent-Hopkins continue their tussle. As the puck comes free, Schlemko sends it around the boards, and waiting for it there is Bodker. Mikel Bodker. Backhands it in. Dolan going after it. Petrie got there first. Gives it to the captain. Along the near side, past Hall. Back to McCulloch. And the puck slid just wide. Dolan looking for it. Gets it back for McCulloch. McCulloch lays it down low. Hansel trying to muscle his way out in front. Good job by Ferentz. They both went down. Hall at center, end of the shift, will dump that puck in. Dubnyk gives it to McCulloch. Oliver Ekman-Larsson to Hansel. Off his skate and shot right back in by Mark Payne. Dubnyk, 6'5", 6'6", reaches out, stops that puck. That's an advantage to have a basketball player playing goal.
It certainly is. When he goes down on his butterfly position, he still covers the entire net.
Jordan Eberle with a nice pass to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl moving in with Yakupov. Draisaitl, button hook, gets it to Yakupov in the corner. He is checked by Schlemko. Yakupov gets it back again. Tried to start the cycle, but nobody was there. Both Eberle and Draisaitl had gone to the front of the net. Keith Yandel stops, waits, throws it in because the Coyotes want to make a change. Keith Yandel playing in his 416th straight game. And he's not even the Iron Man on this team. That belongs to Antoine Vermette. He just happens to be playing in his 424th straight game. Back to the point for Schultz. Schultz. And that was off Erap. Boss sees it go by him. Schultz. Arcabello. Hunt gets the red line, fires it around the boards. Wrong, spins, comes back, and the Oilers are making a change. It comes out to center, and Jeff Petry's got it. Petry played over 24 and a half minutes in that game against the New York Rangers. Pinizzotto with a big hit on Michael Stone, and Stone is slow to get up. Pinizzotto. That's what he does. McMillan behind the net. McMillan. Crombeen from a sharp angle, stopped by Scrivens. Crombeen gets it back to the point. McCulloch winds, fires a snapshot. And Scrivens got a piece of that and sent it out of play.
Push and shove it.
And a little bit of conversation as Pinizzotto throws a hit.
Craig McTavish with his second stint behind Edmonton's bench early in his career, hired June 22nd of 2000. Behind the bench for 656 regular season games, 301 were victories. A real teacher as well in practice and communicator with the players. Best of times, press conferences from the 2006 Stanley Cup Final. The most memorable, pulling Harvey the Hound's tongue, as those would have been the dog days of his career.
And there is Todd Nelson, who is transitioning into the head coaching job. And officially, the Oilers win tonight. It will be Todd Nelson who gets the win. Craig McTavish is a general manager who just happens to be behind the bench.
One thing that the Oilers staff is going to have to work on, Craig McTavish talked about this morning, is the duties. Who's going to have responsibility doing what? Some of it's going to overlap to start off. Craig McTavish said, which isn't a bad thing, but there's going to be some confusion initially.
Bodker. Backtracked by Purcell as the puck comes to Doan. Doan goes wide, throws the puck behind the net. It comes right to Bodker. He'll play it back for Vermette. Checked by Nugent-Hopkins. Purcell. Back to the point. Doan covering. Shane Doan with a wrist shot through traffic. Great save by Scrivens.
Really good save. Quick reaction by Ben Scrivens as he changed direction. Just a split second in front of him.
Fires it into the opposite corner. Leader, Hansel, and Gagne on a forward line right now for Arizona. Yakupov got it to center. That's as far as it went. Schlemko was there. They dig for it on the near boards. Eberle
Allow
comes up with
applications
it,
to
gives it to Davidson. Petry to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl brings it in across the blue line. Dishes off for Eberle. Return pass was unable to connect because Hansel had tied up Draisaitl. Martin Hansel, 6
Volume increase. Restore defaults button. Alt. Restore defaults button. Alt. Settings window. More sound settings. But more sound settings. But help with sound. Show more settings. 880 chat 8. Workspaces button. Collapse price pop up. NHL 2014-12 YouTube video player group.
The boards for Gagne. Just out of his reach. Hunt the race for.
Seek slider at 14 minutes 55 seconds of 1 hours 49 minutes 11. Pause keyboard.
Play very well.
Draisaitl. Pass for Everly out of his reach. Boss off the bench, able to keep it in for Chipchura. Kyle Chipchura is checked by Hunt. Pitlick comes in to help out. They can't get it by Summers. Chris Summers throws it towards the net. That doesn't make it through. Yakupov ties up with Moss. Scramble for it. Back to McCulloch. McCulloch snapping a shot. A bouncer. Great save by Scrivens as that puck was gloved ahead, so we get a whistle. Rogers, Oilers hockey from the desert, right here on Sportsnet.
Well, further conversations going on between Todd Nelson and Craig McTavish. Nelson once played the game before he started coaching. 5 seasons in Prince Albert. 59 points was his career high. Second-team Western Hockey League All-Star. 1989, that was him. 4th round, 79th overall selection by Pittsburgh. Played 1 game for them. And then a couple years later, signed as a free agent and played 2 games and actually scored 1 goal for the Washington Capitals. Played hockey till 2002 before doing this since then.
An assistant coach with the Atlanta Thrashers in the 08-09, 09-10 season. And also a very successful coach in Oklahoma City. A division title, a couple of conference finals.
Well, he's earned a chance, this opportunity, without a doubt, with what he has done with Oklahoma City. Terrific numbers and a lot of very good statistical categories.
Justin Schultz fires a long shot. And there is Dubnyk to steer it into the corner. Comes all the way back to the point. Schultz keeps it in. Justin Schultz had a great time in Oklahoma City during the lockout. He's the best defenseman in the American Hockey League. Hansel takes Schultz into the boards. Gagne digging for the loose puck. It comes to David Perron. Perron goes to the middle for Arcabello. Arcabello chips it in. Pitlick giving chase. Pitlick circles the net. The Oilers make a change. He'll throw it in behind the cage with 8 minutes left to go in this first period. The Coyotes with 7 shots. The Oilers with 4. These teams will meet again this month. It'll be the 3rd time in December these teams come together. They'll be the last game before Christmas. Will be in Edmonton on the 23rd. McMillan gets thrown to the ice there by Petrie, and a penalty coming up as Jeff Petrie will go to the box for interference.
McMillan is hurt.
This period brought to you by Sport Check. This holiday season, don't give just any gift. Give the gift of sport.
Brandon McMillan is driving towards the net. And he is grabbed. Watch when he goes down. Oh, that is hard. Going down like that. Brandon McMillan is bent over and not in very good shape after that. Jeff Petrie in the box. The power play for
Start
the
window. All
Arizona
button show all.
Coyotes. Almost said it.
All
the Arizona Coyotes is very
Microsoft
good.
Stores.
They are
Microsoft Stores.
scored 3 goals in their last 10 power play opportunities.
Right 10th in the league right now.
User profile.
They were 1 for 3 against Minnesota on Saturday. And
Suggestion.
it's the first power play of this hockey
Real
game.
Tech.
Season series against the Oilers, they're
User
4
profile.
for 11.
Real Tech Audio.
8 rating. Get.
Matt Hendricks and Teddy Purcell.
Media
Starts
player.
the penalty kill.
Real Tech Audio.
Group.
TV
One of the
show.
reasons
Tap
that they're
off
so
5
good at the power
Filters.
players, they've been very
Library.
successful, is
Home.
that man right
User
there.
profile.
Keith
Search.
Yandel
Also
is
MP3 audio converter.
terrific on the
Up.
power
Media.
play. He has
Duo bit.
20 points this season.
Boom 3D
but
audio
13 of
enhancer,
them have come
equalizer,
on
and
the
3D
power
audio.
play.
Search.
He can dish the puck.
Audio.
He can shoot the puck. He shoots the puck and gets it through with guys like Hansel and Bodker and Vermette in front. And, of course, a guy like Shane Doan. So good at recovering pucks. They're very formidable when they've got the man
Suggestions.
advantage.
2 of his 3 goals this year have come with the man advantage. Hastings out there with
Real
Ekman
Tech
Larson,
Caffeine.
as you mentioned, Vermette and Doan are up front along with
Suggestions.
Bodker.
Caps lock
Vermette
off.
with the puck now. Vermette being watched by
Real
Arcabello.
Tech.
Joined
Audio.
up front on the penalty kill with Nugent Hopkins. It is Fain and Ferentz on the blue line. And they're doing a good job
Search.
right now preventing the
User profile.
Coyotes
Button.
from
Real Tech
entering the
Audio
zone.
console.
Home.
Ekman Larson gets surrounded by
Touch
Ferentz
MD
and Nugent
consult.
Hopkins, and
Touch
it is
M-
Arcabello
Console.
who finishes off and sends it down the
Console
ice.
mode. Play games on Windows. Football Manager 2024 console. Search.
Just over a minute
Real
of power play time. Jeff Petrie in the box for interference.
Space.
Sam Gagne.
User profile.
Real Tech Audio. Results
Elias
updated.
Reader.
Home. What?
Reader.
Home. User
Back to the
profile.
point, it
Search.
comes Yandel
Media
waiting for
player.
it. He'll give it to Schlemko.
Average rating of
Schlemko
3.8. All to MP3.
Off the stick
Podcast
of
microphone.
Davidson.
Burn disc CD DVD.
Handle can't
Audiobooks
keep it
library.
in.
Listen to
And he
books.
has to hustle. He's
Audiobooks
got
library.
Edmonds
Listen.
bearing down on him.
Audiobooks
Complete
library.
for reader.
Audio edit. Sound.
Given to
NAKT.
Gagne, who swoops it in.
Audio.
Scrimmage
Burn disc
stops
CD.
it. To Ferretz.
Search.
Ferretz checked by Gagne. Nugent Hopkins also gets checked as the puck comes right
System
back to
menu.
Scrimmage.
Close
He
menu.
calmly
NHL
gives it to
2000.
Arcabello, who sends it down the ice. And both teams want to change up as the penalty kill winds down for the Oilers. Erat gains the zone, but Eberle gains the puck. Jordan Eberle. And lost it back. Erat to McCulloch. To Martin Erat. Erat down low for Moss. Chipchura out in front. This is Moss with the puck. He'll give it to Ekman Larson back up top. Here's comes McCulloch shot, and it's blocked by Taylor Hall. He starts away. Petrie out of the penalty box. Here's Jeff Petrie moving in. Snaps the shot. Off the glove of Devin Dubnyk. And kept in by the Oilers.
All with a very good block. And then head up right away, but Jeff Petrie could not handle that pass clean. It was up in the area. He had to drop it. But still, excellent job on getting the shot away.
And they limited the Arizona Coyotes to no shots on that power play.
That's the important part. You're right.
Nugent Hopkins brings it in with Teddy Purcell. Nugent Hopkins snaps a shot. Points in his last 4 games for Ryan Nugent Hopkins. And his 5th career goal against the Arizona Coyotes. Hunt and Schultz get the assists. And for Brad Hunt, his first NHL assist. 14:56, the time of the goal that has given the Oilers a 1-0 lead in the first period. 4:33 left to go. Perron from the corner. Back to Davidson at the point. Let go behind his net. Checked by Perron. The puck comes down to the near side for Met. Takes a hit from Pitlick. Doan to the middle it goes. Bodker into the shift will just dump it in. Shots are even at 7 apiece. Justin Schultz gets his 10th assist of the season. Davidson works it to the red line and fires the puck in. And a penalty coming up. McCulloch tripped up Jordan Eberle, so with 3:58 left to go, the Oilers will have a power play. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, 3:58 left to go. The Oilers will have a power play. Ryan Nugent Hopkins celebrates his 8th goal of the year. The Oilers up by 1.
Jordan Eberle gets in first on the forecheck, and Zbigniew Michalek ends up in the penalty box. Why? Because he trips Jordan Eberle to the ice.
Cheering for any team that can give him a big payday. This is the Sports Select Legends free agent, a real ruthless such and such.
Get your game on with tools.
Oilers' first power play. Hunt on the point. Nugent Hopkins, Eberle, and Purcell up front. Hall and Leonard are on the blue line. The Oilers 0 for 2 in the game against the Rangers on Sunday. They have scored twice in the season series against Arizona. This is their 12th power play of the series. Penalty killing has not been strong for the Coyotes. They are ranked 28th both overall and here at Gila River.
This is a very good, hard-working, defensively responsible team. Surprises me.
Hall backhands it in. Nugent Hopkins giving chase. Summers gets there first, takes a hit. Hall's got the puck, plays it around the boards. Brad Hunt at the point. The half wall for Eberle. To the middle, Nugent Hopkins back to Hunt. Faking the shot was Hall. Purcell parks himself in front. Hall and Nugent Hopkins play catch, and now it comes to Eberle. Eberle, quick shot, and no rebound for Purcell on the save by Devin Dubnyk.
Protecting what matters most to you and your team. You're covered with the power of Insight, the official construction insurance broker of the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, a bit of a different look for the Edmonton Oilers on this power play. Teddy Purcell in front, little bump and play, a little pass back and forth, and then go cross box to Jordan Eberle. Teddy Purcell, though, cannot get back around in front to screen Dubnyk, so he tries to wave at it with a stick, maybe get a deflection. If you're going to be man in front, you've got to be very, very active, and when the puck starts to move, you got to move.
David Perron, Nail Yakupov, and Leon Draisaitl are up front now with Petrie and Schultz on the blue line. Second the shot is Draisaitl. The rebound Yakupov tries the wraparound, hits the side of the net. Personal fights. That's Perron fighting for it. Gets it to Perron, to Schultz. Schultz dishes off to Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl. It is Perron in front against Schlemko. Schultz down low for Petrie. Petrie finds Perron. David Perron up top for Schultz. Wise fires through traffic. Tipped by Draisaitl, and he tipped it wide. 18 seconds of power play time remaining. Just over 2 minutes left to go in this first period. Schultz will lead the last rush. Give it to Petrie. Petrie goes wide, throws it behind the net. Yakupov waiting for it on the near side. McCulloch is out of the box. The teams are at even strength. Petrie hammers a shot, and it's deflected by Dubnyk up into the netting.
Leon Draisaitl in front as a big kid who should be able to be pretty good in front. This time he doesn't go in front of the ice. He just sets up for a
shot. Yakupov, and it
takes his neck for
play. Teams are 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Doan to the corner it goes. Botcher gets to it, but Payne got his stick in the way. Pinizato back for the Oilers to Gazdic, just out of his reach. Now bouncing puck controlled by Chris Summers to Keith Yandel. Doan flips it in. Vermette gives chase. Payne off the stick of Vermette comes right to Hendricks. Merritz takes a look as the Coyotes make changes. Gazdic. Ekman-Larsson goes right up the middle for Moss, who dishes to Erat. Martin Erat. Moss parks himself in front of Ben Scrivens. Forward battle continues. Chipchura works it back to the point. McCulloch. Ekman-Larsson tipped by Erat, and he tipped it wide. Scrivens will jump on the puck and hang on to it. Well, we have our first winner in the Safeway Score and Win contest this evening by shopping at Safeway. Jeff Stephen of Edmonton has won the Blu-ray prize pack from E1, courtesy of Safeway and Christie Crackers. Congratulations, Jeff, and that's all on the goal by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his 8th of the year. He now has 20 points on the season, and half of those points have come on the road. Schultz and Hunt get the assists. And as I mentioned, Brad Hunt now has his first NHL helper. 40 seconds left to go in the period. Lemko to Yandel. Keith Yandel closing in on 100 shots. And Drew mentioned he is one of the more offensive defenseman. He's got 20 points on the season.
He gets up in the play really well. Moves the puck efficiently out of his own.
Hitlick on Gagne. Arcabello back into his own zone. He will give it to Brad Hunt. Plays it off the glass. Can't get it by Reeder. Now it comes to Perron, who's going to just dump it in. Enjoy the fact that the Edmonton Oilers have played a solid road period, and David Amber, they have the lead after the first 20 minutes of play.
It's Rogers Oilers hockey on Sportsnet, and it is where the Edmonton Oilers currently lead the Arizona Coyotes by a count of 1-0 at the Gila River Arena. Meanwhile, it's time to play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Linda Hinton of Grand Prairie could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet. Well, the Edmonton Oilers are certainly community-minded. Same could be said for Kaboom, which is a non-profit group which helps build playgrounds. And it was in conjunction with the Arizona Coyotes Foundation that in a day, not only the foundation, but players and coaches and staff members of the Coyotes were involved. Look at them just stepping on that sand to get it ready. It was December 8th. Shane Doan, working away, longtime member of this community, started at 7:30 a.m., and they were done by the end of the workday. Unfortunately, just like one of the elements at the playground, considering the Coyotes are winless in 9 at home, the team has lately been on a big slide.
The Let's take a look at the first period scoring summary brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
Only the fourth time this year that the Edmonton Oilers scored first and took a lead into the first period. Intermission, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Brad Hunt gets his first NHL assist. Justin Schultz also with an assist. Oilers outshoot the Coyotes 11-7. Wasn't exactly coming out like you're shot out of a cannon, but they did get the result that they wanted. Also on that play, honorable mention to Teddy Purcell.
And for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, his 49th career goal. You kind of forget sometimes that he's just 21 years old. His 49th is the difference right now as the second period is underway. Fourth of 5 meetings between these teams. They will wrap up the season series December 23rd at Rexall. Ekman-Larsson. McCulloch throws it towards the net. Deflected by Hunt into the corner. And it's picked up on the near side by Schultz. Schultz to Purcell. Purcell to Hall. Taylor Hall stops, takes the shot. And that one goes off McCulloch and wide. Another snapshot there by Hunt. Dolan off the boards and out to center. Ferentz puts it right back in as both teams want to make changes. Oilers will be in San Jose on Thursday, and they're going to go home to play Dallas on Sunday.
San Jose has not played since that wide. Taylor Hall wants to shoot the puck and go to get the rebound to him. Not able to do it. But then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins picks it up, but a good block in front. Vinyuk Michalek always with the block.
They are the 5th best team in the NHL when it comes to block shots. Michael Stone is their leader, tied for 2nd in the NHL. Came in with 83. And Schlemko combined to get the puck down the ice. Petrie will turn and start back for the Oilers. As deflects off of Yakupov's stick, and
Jimmy Playfair. Jimmy Playfair had to react quickly on the Arizona bench. Boy, it'll be interesting to watch some of the players and how they respond to the new coach. Jeff Petrie throws across, deflects off this shots. Good athlete. Jimmy Playfair, big guy, ducks quickly though. He's still a good athlete. Still got those cat-like reflexes.
He's in the game. Draisaitl takes the hit there from Reeder. Gagne snaps the shot. Scrivens the save. Reeder behind the net. One more time. This time it's Hansel with a shot. Gets deflected over top of the net. Reeder, Gagne, and Hansel get out there and create a power play.
Jeff Petrie going back to the penalty box. This will be a hooking penalty. In the defensive zone, his stick just gets caught up. He tries to get it loose, but it gets up too high, gets caught in the equipment. And Craig McTavish is going to send the penalty killers over. Or sorry, Todd Nelson will. One of them will send some penalty killers over. Here's Jeff Petrie. Gets the stick in there. And taking the hand off the stick as if to show the ref, yes, it is me who's committing this infraction. As the international sign for, I'm not doing anything, don't call me out, darn it.
Busted. Oilers did not allow the Coyotes a shot on a power play in the first period. Yandel, centering pass picked off by Purcell, and he will send it down the ice. He and Hendricks are up front to start this penalty kill. Nugent-Hopkins hops over the boards. Ferentz and Payne on the blue line. Hendricks is now going to go to the boards, and it will be Arcabello who joins Nugent-Hopkins. Ekman-Larsson with a pass to Bodker. Bodker back to the point it comes. Ekman-Larsson, here's Yandel firing a shot. Scrivens top of the paint. Couldn't control the rebound. Payne cleared it away as Bodker came swooping in. Arcabello now intercepts a pass and sends it down the ice. Picked up by Yandel. To Gagne, quick pass to Hansel. Hansel snaps a shot and a body save by Scrivens. Arizona with 9 power play goals at home. They are ranked 23rd. They are much better away from home when it comes to the man advantage. Schlemko finds Gagne. Gagne crisscrossing with Reeder. Sam Gagne back to the point. Yandel goes cross-ice. Schlemko steps into a shot. Scrivens makes the save with Big Hansel providing the screen. Dubnyk out to play it, down to 27 seconds left to go in the second power play of the game for Arizona. Schlemko will bring it in. Hansel to the corner. Payne gets there first. Ferentz follows up, gets it to Hall. Hall trying to get it out, gets a couple of cracks at it. Now he will lead a shorthanded charge. Hall with the shot. Dubnyk the save, and he'll hang on to it.
When there's trouble at your net, when you're on the penalty kill, and even when you're 5-on-5, you have to collapse to the net. And Ben Scrivens finds the shot, but the rebound is loose. Mark Arcabello comes back, and he's the guy, the forward from the weak side, the strong side, I should say, which was the puck side, able to come back and clear. And you've got Mark Fane there as well, making sure that nothing sneaks in behind Ben Scrivens. Good job collectively, shorthanded.
Hall wins the draw back to Schultz. Penalty is over. Arizona with 4 shots on that power play. Chipchura. Long shot. Big rebound. Ekman Larson, but look at Everly get there first. McCulloch races to try and keep it in, but he can't. Instead, it is Erat bringing it back in. Dishes to Chipchura. Chipchura with a nice move. Following up is Erat. Right out in front it comes. And it's picked up by Hall. He'll give it to Everly. Everly chips it in. Hall and Everly will peel off. Ekman Larson goes down. Yakupov off the bench takes Erat into the boards. Erat, Draisaitl, and Perron up front now. Pass for Chipchura. Missed. No icing. Hustle play there by Dole, but he played the puck back and it's picked off by Perron. David Perron. To the corner it goes. Yakupov follows. It's Schlemko. Digging forward is Draisaitl. Schlemko comes away with it. And he will lead the charge for the Coyotes to Vermette. Now to Doan. Doan moving in with Butcher. Steps a shot, and that one goes right through the blue paint. Summers with a shot, and oh, what a save by Ben Scrivens.
Justin Schultz makes the basic mistake right here. Going for the puck and not the man. And now everybody gets a little puck mesmerized. Start looking at that thing, and the puck goes through the crease and just misses. Shane Doan in front. Is that Shane Doan or Moss in front? That's David Moss in front, big number 18. Just goes through him. Ben Scrivens on this one. Wow, that's a tougher save than it looked like, because Nail, and you can see the look from Scrivens to Nail Yakupov going, I got this. Let me make the glove save, kid.
Not you.
No. It's a great look at it, guys.
Joe Vitale against Matt Hendricks. From the draw, controlled by Arizona, but the puck gets by McMillan. Dubnyk to Schlemko, off the boards. Crombeen chips it in. Fane gives chase. Gets there first, takes a hit from Vitale. McMillan then knocks down Hendricks. The puck ends up behind the net. It's still loose. McMillan comes out of that. Davidson ties him up. Hendricks calmly gets it to Gazdic. And Gazdic will move it out. Backhanded into the corner. Go after it against Schlemko. Pinizzato in support. Pinizzato gets a little shot from Crombeen. The puck's loose. And now Arizona come away with it. Yandel to Crombeen. Crombeen across the blue line. He gets turned away by Brad Hunt. But it's going to be an icing call against the Oilers.
Introducing the new BF Goodrich KO2 tire. BF Goodrich. Take control.
Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Christie Crackers.
It was Antoine Vermette who dominated the faceoff circle in the first period. He won 7 of 8 draws. But this time, it is Gagne who wins the draw. Hansel got thrown out of the circle. Hansel, there's a snapshot by Gagne that missed. Comes all the way back to Summers at the point. He will give it to Reeder. Reeder with a shot towards the net. Gagne was right in the blue paint. The puck gets deflected to the corner. Hansel going after it. Hansel to Reeder. He snaps a shot, and Scrivens makes another save. Summers throws it towards the net. This time it's blocked before it could get through by Tyler Pitlick. 16 shots for the Coyotes, 12 for the Oilers. Schultz Plays it off the boards, gets the puck out to center. Schultz back to pick it up in his own net as the Coyotes make changes. Mark Arcabello ups it back to Brad Hunt. He will give it to Schultz. Schultz finds Arcabello across the blue line with Perron. Pitlick going to the front of the net. Puck doesn't get there. Chipchura. Irak with David Moss. Ekman Larson with it now. He is turned aside, and Teddy Purcell has the puck. Teddy Purcell. Nice dish to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins drops it for David Perron. Gets it back again. Bounces it towards the net. Went off McCulloch. Petrie keeps it in at the blue line. Here's Purcell. Checked by Vermette. Erat. To Moss. He'll send it in slowly. Andrew Ferentz. Now to Hall. Taylor Hall. Long pass for Purcell. Purcell's got Petrie joining him. Purcell. Drop pass. Nugent Hopkins. Snapshot. Dubnyk the save. No rebound. Rogers. Oilers hockey. Right here on Sportsnet.
At 11:30 a.m. this morning, the Edmonton Oilers had their skate. An hour and a half before that, Dallas Eakins held his goodbye press conference, did about a half hour's worth of talking, and he's continued to talk over the last couple of days with the Edmonton Oilers. Has talked to many players. One of them was David Perron, and as well Taylor Hall. In fact, Taylor Hall called Dallas Eakins a closing conversation between the star player and the former coach as all sides move forward.
That's all you can do. You move forward and you wish each other the best, because when it comes down to it, on the bottom line, this is the profession that we all chose. And for Dallas, you wish him the best, because I think he'll get another opportunity, because I think Elliot explained it perfectly when talking about Bill Belichick and Ronnie Lancaster. Not all great coaches and start out with a successful first run at it. And Dallas is smart. He's a smart guy who will only get better from here on in. This will make him stronger.
Sam Gagner with Reeder and Hansel. Gagner from the corner. Sharp angle shot comes all the way back to Schlemko. Hansel to Gagner. Back to Keith Yandel. Yandel down low for Hansel. Gets by him. Schlemko put it between his legs, and it came right to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl with Eberle. Petrie catching up, and this is Jeff Petrie. For Eberle in the corner. He gets stopped. Reeder gets the puck to Gagner. Gagner. Slow bouncer right on to Scrivens. He'll hang on with Antoine Vermette right in front of him.
Sam Gagner was a healthy scratch earlier this past week.
Yep, he did not play against Minnesota.
Yep. And you look at Sam Gagner's numbers from the 07 draft. Very respectable, but he has had trouble transitioning to this new situation here in Phoenix. Dave Tippett talked about the first game that the Coyotes and the Oilers played back in Edmonton. Dave Tippett kind of went through it in his career when he was a player. He's gone from Hartford. It's a very, very different situation.
I mean, without a goal in his last 3 and without an assist in his last 8 coming in.
It's hard for players sometimes to just let it go and just go play. That's why it was one of our 4 keys tonight. You're transition to different players. You have to get used to different wingers and forwards and teammates and how things are done. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And that's when you really require that mental toughness that we all talk about and hear about.
Closing in on the halfway point of this hockey game, and the Oilers players getting 2 different voices behind the bench. How do you think they have played so far?
I thought there'd be more energy, more fire, more a little bit of, acid in their game. But they have been effective as far as their scheme, their system. They've been pretty regimented in that. They've been very careful. And Elliot Friedman talked about it. It looks like afraid to make a mistake, and that's exactly what Teddy Purcell talked about today. Can't be afraid to make a mistake. You're just going to get put back out
60,
there. Don't
64
keep staring
volume
at it.
level.
If you make a mistake, get back out.
72 volume level.
Erat with the puck now. Erat will give it to McCulloch.
70 volume level.
McCulloch towards the net. Moss waiting for it. Didn't get through as Brad Hunt prevented it. Here's another shot that does get through from McCulloch and is steered aside by Scrivens. Hunt gets knocked down, and the Coyotes put pressure on Teddy Purcell. Outlet pass to Hall, and he starts away with Nugent Hopkins. Hall cuts to the middle. Taylor Russell. His pass is picked off by Gagne. Gagne with Erat.
McDavid.
Marty Erat stops, throws it towards the net. Rebound in front. Stepped in at the point. Yandel with an opportunity. Opportunity for Hansel, but it was gloved ahead.
Gloved ahead.
Scott's half. Ben Scrivens has been marvelous.
In the shots on goal.
That word marvelous, not used a lot. No.
Unless you're talking about Marvin Hagley.
That's right, the great, the wonderful, marvelous Marvin Hagley.
Pinizzotto. Long shot. Dubnik. Blocker save. Now, Vitale. To the middle. Here's a chance for McMillan. Snaps a shot. He scores. Joe Vitale sets up Brandon McMillan for his first goal in 45 games. And we've got a tie here in the desert. 45 games. And we've got a tie here in the desert.
Game here in the desert.
Nice shot, but keep your eye on Luke Gastic right here. Luke Gastic comes in, now he's swinging back. Who should he pick up? He should get his head on the swivel and find the guy behind him. Instead, he wants to pressure the puck. He goes over where another man is, the defenseman, Jeff Petrie. If he turns and he finds Brandon McMillan, which is what he should be doing, this goal doesn't happen. But instead, Brandon McMillan's left wide open. It's a heck of a shot up in the corner. But McMillan's got all kinds of time. That way, I know Luke Gastic, what he's trying to do, he just wants to get going, wants to pressure the puck. But that time, get your head on a swivel, take a breath, find the dangerous guy.
10:24, the time of the goal. His first of the season. For Brandon McMillan, we're tied at 1. Joe Vitale didn't have an assist in 22 games coming in. And he's got his third. Summers gets the other helper on the goal by McMillan. Hansel across the blue line. Throws it towards the net. And that is deflected by Scrivens up into the netting. It has been a while for Brandon McMillan. He has tied the game here at 1. The Shirts Are Far Back online charity auction presented by Rogers is now open. Bid on exclusive memorabilia and experiences, including an autographed Gretzky 1984 Stanley Cup reunion jersey and the opportunity to appear in the 2014-15 Edmonton Oilers team photo. Proceeds from the Shirts Off Our Back online charity auction will be directed to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation and the Christmas Bureau of Edmonton. To bid on these items and much more, visit OilersFoundation.ca.
You did a great job of that, by the way.
Tell you what, buddy. It's what I do. Gene can't be everywhere. He was signing autographs. Vermette missed on the shot, but it's kept in by Bonker. His shot doesn't get through, as Davidson prevented that from getting to Scrivens. 22 shots for the Coyotes, 14 for the Oilers. We've got 8:41 left to go in the second period. A 1-1 game. Goals by Nugent Hopkins and McMillan. Arcabello, and a great tip by Perron right on to Dubnik, who made the save. Pinto trying to keep it in. Hunt could not at the blue line. And it's an offside call against the Oilers.
Brad Hunt. Now, this is an interesting situation with Brad Hunt. One of the reasons being the fact that he can really shoot the puck, which you've already talked about. The other aspect is when he does get out of that power play, and Louis DeBrusk talked about this a few games ago, when he brings the puck up, he brings the puck up with urgency, with authority. He gets his feet moving. Sometimes the Oilers in the last little while have been a little slow breaking that power play up the ice. Louis DeBrusk pointed out a few games ago, I like when Hunt's out there. And also, he is very familiar, as is his new head coach, Todd Nelson. It'll be fun to watch Brad, see what he can do with this opportunity.
Hall from the corner with Purcell and Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins. Hall takes Chipchura into the boards, and he is going to go to the penalty box. Erat moving in as Dubnik goes to the bench. Now Scrivens will touch it. And the Coyotes will get their third power play of the game.
Climb higher than ever before with the new King of the Hill, the 2015 Ski-Doo Summit XT3 from Martin Motorsports.
Taylor Hall going to the penalty box. That's a hit in the back, in the numbers, right into the boards. Boarding the call. Is that right? Boarding the call. Taylor Hall made sure Cal Chipchura was okay, but it'd be very important for the Oilers in this critical moment to kill this penalty.
And a big face-off win by Matt Hendricks.
Remember when Arcobello and Hendricks were out last game? They were really aggressive on the penalty.
Davidson and Payne are the blue liners as Vermette drops it back for Bodker. Bodker back to Yandel. He'll give it back to Bodker. Bodker, down low it goes. Stone trying to feed it in front. Vermette gives it to Bodker, who will give it to the captain. Shane Doan. Bodker. Back at the point is Yandel. To Bodker as he works the near board. To Vermette. But it is picked off there by Arcobello. He will send it the length of the ice. And the Oilers will change up their penalty killers, and that means Nugent Hopkins hops over the boards. Ekman Larson around Ferentz. Ekman Larson comes back to Vermette. He'll get the puck back again, snaps it over to Yandel. He throws a shot, and that one clinks off the crossbar and goes out of play.
This was a well-screened shot. As Ben Scrivens tries to find it, Jeff Petrie is there. Martin Hansel is there. And Hansel just eclipses the sun for Ben Scrivens. And from the overhead, you can see Scrivens looking, goes down, and just glances off the crossbar. Hansel doing a fantastic job.
You talked about not using marvelous a lot. How about clinks?
Clinks, that's a good one, too. You don't hear that often.
No, that just sort of came out.
Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah. Gagne.
Try to get that reference, you 25 to 30-year-olds.
Gagne goes cross ice, and there's a shot that rises over top of the net. Off the stick of Reeder. Down to 33 seconds left to go in the penalty to Taylor Hall. Ferentz on the intercept will force the Coyotes back into their own zone. Yandel to Reeder. Drops for Hansel. Hansel gives it to Gagne. He was checked by Arcobello as he got it back to Yandel. This is Gagne. Down low. Here's Reeder's shot. Great save by Scrivens. Another opportunity for Schlemko denied. And Petrie sends it down the ice. Remember, the last time we did a game, it was Tobias Reeder who scored twice short-handed. Put that game away on December the 1st. Penalty is over. One shot. Here's another one from Chipchura. Schultz got a piece of it. Here's another chance. Oh, look at Scrivens make the save.
Oh, my goodness. What a save that was.
Keeps it a 1-1 game. Down but not out was Ben Scrivens. And this will be an icing call against the Coyotes.
That was marvelous. What a terrific job by Ben Scrivens. Again, screen in front. Trying to find a play. Nice little Stafford play to a shot by Tobias Reeder. The second opportunity thwarted by Ben Scrivens. This is a deflection, a little bit of a knuckleball. Down and out, trying to find it. And that right there, Ben Scrivens turning, finding the puck and making a old-time double pad. I'm just going to throw anything I can at it, save.
Chipchura lays it behind the net. Hunt gets there first, sends it around the boards. And that hit Chipchura. Ben Scrivens, 25 saves in the hockey game, but that was a circus stop right there.
The Goals for Kids program is proudly sponsored by Cenovus. For every Oilers goal this season, Cenovus will donate $400 to Kidsport. To date, the Oilers have scored 66 goals for a total of $26,400.
Now Ben Scrivens is doing his part right now. The Coyotes out shooting Edmonton 19-5 in this second period, but it stays 1-1. 26-16 overall in favor of Arizona. David Perron. For Ferentz. Arcabello. Pitlick. Now to Petrie. Petrie fires a shot. The rebound comes all the way to Crombeen. He'll get it to McMillan. He'll backhand it in after taking a hit from Jeff Petrie. Ferentz around the boards. Almost intercepted there by Joe Vitale. Ferentz gave it away to Vitale this time. He gets tied up, though, by Petrie right away. Bonker in to help out. Digs the puck free. Back to the point. Ekman-Larsson steps into a shot. What a save by Scrivens. Another chance for Vitale denied. Perron wants to get it out, and he will get it out to center.
What a hard-working shift for Joe Vitale.
Ekman-Larsson brings it in. Ekman-Larsson had save. Another save as it went off Doan and came right to Scrivens. He will cover it up, and he is the story right now in the second period.
He certainly is. He is on his game, and you can watch his head. He's finding the puck everywhere. Just a few seconds earlier, giveaway behind the net turns into a good chance. Look at Joe Vitale fight to get to the front of the net. That's a good save. That second one's pretty good too. Mark Arcabello helping out again. And there's the other one. This kind of threw a little bit of a change up at him again. Ben Scrivens kicks it out, but it pops back to him when the rebound could have been a little bit more dangerous.
Vermette from the corner. Doan behind the net. Shane Doan trying to work it out in front. Schultz prevented that. But the Oilers remain pinned in their own zone. Doan with a shot, and Scrivens comes up big again. Bonker. Back to the point. Ekman-Larsson moves to the middle. Fires a shot off the pad of Scrivens as he continues to bar the door.
Need a pushback here from the Oilers. Puck out of the zone.
Ekman-Larsson keeps it in. Another shot and another save by Ben Scrivens. 30 saves. Hall will pick it up. Trying to relieve that pressure. Put it off the stick of Doan. It does come to center. But possession back to Arizona. 31-16 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the second period. McCullough chased back into his own zone by David Perron. Ekman-Larsson under pressure again from 57. Threw it to the middle. It's picked up by Hansel. He'll give it to Tobias Reeder. Reeder to Gagne. Gagne to the middle it goes. Hansel. Couple of cracks at the backhand. Schultz. He lost it. Reeder back to the point. Yandel lets it go. And that hit Pitlick. The race is on. Yandel lays it off the boards. And it's brought in offside.
Doesn't matter. Almost a 2-1 margin. The Coyotes are out shooting. In which the Coyotes are out shooting the Edmonton Oilers, I should say. 31-16. Now 32-16. So Dave Tippett's team has been putting a push on right now. The other aspect when you watch Dave Tippett's team is that he has instructed his guys to get to the front of the net. They're doing a very good job on screening Ben Scrivens, which makes it even more special how Ben is finding that puck.
Dave Tippett's teams, the Tippett Coyotes teams are 18-2-3 while he's been behind the bench against the Edmonton Oilers. Gasnick takes a bump from Schlemko. Moss feeds it to Erat. Erat to Summers. Chipping it in. Erat first on it. Davidson recovers, ties the puck up. It's still alive, and it comes to Pinizzato. Pinizzato to Hendricks. Hendricks took a funny hop off the stanchion. Gasnick behind the net. Lost it to Schlemko, who plays it off the glass. Ferentz trying to keep it in, but it was gloved ahead, and we've got a whistle.
Well, you know, Dallas Eakins couldn't find traction this year. Sometimes it was goaltending, sometimes it was defense, but bottom line, guys just weren't producing. Jordan Eberle, in the last 16 games, he's the guy that leads all scorers with just 3 goals. Taylor Hall hasn't scored 9. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, well, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is at least one guy that you look at from start to finish, plays the game hard. Teddy Purcell, Neil Yakupov, guys that Craig McTavish brought in and thought, we're going to get something out of these guys. have not been able to produce it. And that's why when you walked in the dressing room the last couple of days or talked to the players, they said, this is on us. This isn't Dallas Aiken's fault. This is on us. Our performance has caused this situation. Which I thought, it's pretty good for a young group to man up like that.
Yeah, and Jordan Everly, you and I had a conversation with him this morning. That's exactly what he reiterated. Yandel at the point. He'll go cross ice. Schlemko trying to get around Yakupov. Can't do it. Kept in by Gagne with a wrist shot through traffic. Deflected by Reeder over top of the net. Reeder will play it back to Yandel. Yandel moves to the middle. Yandel now lets a wrist shot go. A slap pass. Chance for Gagne, covered up by Scrivens, and he'll get the whistle.
This is a crafty little play down near the net, but first let's go back to the puck at the point. And continued pressure from the Arizona Coyotes. Go low, high, a little drag, find a shooting lane. But you don't have to, because you see that Gagne releases, and then he goes backhand close in front. Now, Gagne does a really nice job here. He just slides, he gets the passing lane, sets himself available. A lot of guys now are just going to shovel this at the feet. Instead, he goes backhand as he overchecks, as the Oilers overcheck and collapse, and still Scrivens kicks the right pad out. Good play all around.
And Gagne has not scored against his old team. It is his fourth game. All kinds of pressure by the Coyotes. Thwarted time and time again by Ben Scrivens. He was beaten just once by Brandon McMillan at 10-24. But he has made 32 saves on the night. Less than a minute to go. Hall behind the net. Nugent-Hopkins and Purcell join him. Hall gets knocked down by Vermette. And the Coyotes leave the zone 3-on-2. Bodker, Vermette, and Doan. Bodker stops up. McCulloch wants the puck. Snaps a shot. Goes wide. Hits Doan. Bodker's shot. And that's not going to get through because Brad Hunt got in the way.
So a 3-on-2. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I think the guy, but I thought that right here, nice. He backs up a little bit. I'd like to see Ryan Nugent-Hopkins go to the puck carrier, but I thought the defense handled that pretty well.
Face of Arcabello and Hansel come together, and that and trying to carry on. Schultz has got it, and the sticks the head of Tobias and Hansel.
Selected fires, and then Dustin. He likes being on. Enjoys that part. He doesn't have much. He
had
and
then he tried to second banks today, but Schultz broke that up. But the story, David, in this second period, Arizona outshooting Edmonton 26-5. It's 1-1 thanks to Ben Scrivens.
Rogers, Oilers hockey on.
That's why I choose California.
School success.
1 hour, 6 minutes, 8 seconds of 1
2004.
Stereo.
Devin with the glass.
Change height. Edit. General tab. Sound type. Recording. Select.
He was amongst a number
microphone.
of
Microphone array. Change. Edit. New line. General tab. Listen tab. Listen. Apply. Listen to this device. Checkbox check.
He said he actually had some tests he didn't do well on, so you can only imagine what he would have got if he would have did great on those tests. But he's passing the exam tonight here at home.
Let's take a look at tonight's scoring summaries brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
in the first period, we saw Ryan Nugent-Hopkins open the scoring for the Edmonton Oilers, as the Oilers had a good first period. Not great, but good one. And they outshot the Phoenix Coyotes 11-7. Flip the switch, baby, because in the second period, Brandon McMillan gets his first goal of the season from Joe Vitale. And I thought that play was fantastic, which John Shannon just showed you as well. But that's the key bottom right there. 26-5, you saw the Coyotes out-shooting the Edmonton Oilers.
A franchise record for a period. 34-16 as you saw overall, but it's still a 1-1 game thanks to Ben Scrivens. And for the Oilers, we talked about their fragility, but how about the Arizona Coyotes? They haven't won in 9 straight at home. They could be vulnerable if the Oilers can get the puck on net and get one by Dubnik early. And the third period is underway. Paul Purcell, his shot goes wide. Hunt keeps it in. Hunt played 13 minutes and 33 seconds through 40 minutes. His 7th game of the year. Purcell, another shot. This one goes off for Met to the corner. Ekman-Larsson can't get it by Nugent-Hopkins. Hall with it now. Hall back to the point. Schultz with a wrist shot. That one goes wide.
I don't think Schultz kept it in, so the Oilers have to clear, although Teddy Purcell doesn't know it.
He is cleared now. The Coyotes get the puck out. Hansel tips it in. Spain sends it around the boards for Everly. Gets by him. Gets by Gagne. Back to Yandel. Bouncing puck. Does eventually come to Jordan Everly. He is with Yakupov. Dale Yakupov. He fakes it. Lets it go. That's what I'm going to call it. Not a miss. He faked that shot. Draisaitl plays it back to the point. Davidson steps into a shot. Goes just wide.
Just a little pass from Draisaitl down low.
Hansel.
Sorry, the kid can make plays on his backhand.
Oilers trying to win their 4th game of the season when tied after 40 minutes. White Erat brings it in. Erat dishes down low for Chipchura. Chipchura circles the net, plays it up high, and a nice defensive play there by Tyler Pittman. Forces the Coyotes back in their own zone. He stays on the forecheck as the Oilers make a change. Ferris gets fronted there by Moss. As Pitlick plays it back to Petrie. Petrie gives it to Ferris. Andrew Ferris. The pass to David Perron. He is checked by Chipchura. Ferris gets it back again. Pinizzato hammers that puck in. Kicked out in front there by Perron. Moss to Erat. He gets knocked down by Perron, who ends it up underneath him.
That stung. David Perron is going to hobble off.
Perron goes to the bench slowly as Hendricks gathers it up. He will send that puck around the boards. Shot by Schultz doesn't get through. Hendricks gathers it up. Hendricks throws it towards the net off the stick of Yandel. Right to Gazdic. Back to the point. Schultz quickly to Hunt. He winds, fires again off the stick, this time of Crombeen. But the Oilers keep possession. Now Yandel will play it off the boards for Crombeen. He can't get it by Hunt. Gazdic to Pinizzato, who takes it to the net. Good shift by this 4th line. Here is Schultz. Winds, fakes the shot. Schultz is checked there by McMillan. Carries on. Sharp angle shot hit the side of the net and went up and out of play.
Here to cheer or just for the beer? Half off wings during the game and game day drink specials every time Edmonton plays all day long. Hudson's, Canada's Pub.
Leon Draisaitl likes to make plays on his backhand. It's a unique little trait he's got. That's a no-looker, but you know what? He looked before he even got the puck to make that pass. Brandon Davison just right there. Eyes up. Good shot towards the net. A little high, but that's all right. And the guy sliding, so he had to get the puck up.
Good start for the Oilers in this period. The top line trying to keep that momentum created by the 4th line. Jones takes a hit there from Petrie, who goes old school on the old guy and a hip check on the 38-year-old.
Nostalgic end of the check.
McCulloch gets there ahead of his counterpart wearing number 4. Bodker turned it over to Hall. Hall out in front. It comes. A backhand by Purcell. Nugent Hopkins with a chance. Nugent Hopkins gathers it up, gets it to Hall. Hall back to the point. Barron steps into a shot and a glove save by Devin Dubnyk. And the Oilers have put together a couple of good shifts here to start this 3rd period.
Taylor Hall fights through the interference in the neutral zone, gets on his man quick. Really good play by Taylor Hall. Then he comes back and engages again. Near side pass. Terrific save and another good save by Devin Dubnyk as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins re-attacks the net. Back to the point. Shot. But the Coyotes defense do a very good job boxing out the Oilers forwards after that. But Taylor Hall fighting through checks and getting in on the forecheck and then re-engaging again to cause the turnover.
Not David Perron. We saw David Perron shook up a little bit in his last shift, but he is out there with Arcabello and Pitlick. Hansel lines up against Arcabello. Does eventually get dropped, and the Oilers get control. Pitlick plays it back to Davidson at the point. Davidson through traffic. The puck ends up in the corner. Pitlick looking for it. Nice pass to Perron. Sharp angle shot. Follows up on the rebound. Gets taken down there by Summers. And the net comes off the moorings.
1 hour 13 minutes 31 seconds. 1 hour 49 minutes 11 seconds.
Really struggled. 14 losses this season, the most in the NHL.
That's been the biggest surprise change of why the Coyotes are where they are.
and 16-4. Their record 4-8-3 here at the Gila River Arena. Gagne. Pass broken up there by Draisaitl. Schultz to Yakupov. Stopped by Reeder, but the Oilers carry on, and it's Schultz. Yakupov. Hunt lets it go. And it goes up high and into the...
Quick transition. Drop pass, and Brad Hunt's going to just jump into that play, but he's not able to get everything on that shot. But you want to have that
20 just want to go to Moss behind the net. David Moss to Chipchura to Erat. Moss is out in front. Trying to get it to him. Hit the net with it. Now it ends up on the far corner. Teddy Purcell drops it back for Justin Schultz. He'll reverse, and Brad Hunt has got it. Hunt to Hall. Hall to Purcell. Purcell dishes to Nugent Hopkins, and a good defensive play there by Martin Erat to prevent Nugent Hopkins from getting the shot.
It's a tough play. Wouldn't you like to see Teddy be more aggressive there and just try to take that to the net?
Teddy Purcell in his 20th career game against Arizona, he has put up 8 points so far. Dubnik blockers that one into the corner. Gazdic out there with Pinizzato and Hendricks. Sam Gagne takes a big hit from Matt Hendricks. Sent the former Oiler heavily into the boards. Slemko right up the middle for Brandon McMillan. McMillan trying to fight through the check of Petrie. Petrie around the boards. Pinizzato on the far side. Steve Pinizzato. He takes a hit from Joe Vitale. As he flipped it in from behind the red line, it's going to be icing.
This period brought to you by Sport Check. This holiday season, don't give just any gift. Give the gift of sport.
Matt Hendricks can skate. When you can skate, you can inflict some damage. This is a good, strong, solid hockey hit against Sam Gagne as the play is going into the Oilers zone. Good back check, shoulder-to-shoulder check. Gagne goes hard into the boards. Good, honest, hard player, Matt Hendricks.
79th hit of the season for Matt Hendricks, who through 40 minutes had won 6 of the 8 draws he'd taken. Bodker keeps it in against Pinizzato. And a holding call on the way.
I'm not sure who it's to.
When we come back, the Coyotes will be on the power play. Pinizzato heads to the box.
Steve Pinizzato gets 2 minutes for holding. Gets away with the hook, but right there, the grab and the turn on Michael Bodker. And that results in another shorthanded situation, and maybe the most critical one so far of the game.
4th power play for the Coyotes. They have generated 5 shots on 3 power plays. A power play have produced 4 goals in 3 games so far against the Oilers. Matt Hendricks out to take the draw against Antoine Vermette. And Hendricks wins it back to Bain. A huge win for Matt Hendricks. And now an opportunity shorthanded. Hendricks as Vermette lost his stick. Hendricks plays it down low. He and Teddy Purcell are up front.
McDavid.
And Hendricks burning some time off the clock as he is everywhere on this penalty kill. Now he's going to head off. Declan Larson. Pass intended for Bodker, too far for him. Bain turned it over, though, to Shane Doan behind the net. Pinned against the boards by Davidson. Bain trying to work it loose. Nugent Hopkins in there to help. The battle for the puck continues. It comes back. Ekman Larson to Yandel. Yandel cross ice. Here is Bodker. Bodker to Yandel over his stick and right to Arcabello as Yandel went down. Arcabello moving in shorthanded with Davidson. He stops. He wants to change up. He'll backhand it in. Yandel looking dangerous. We talked about him. 3 goals. 2 of them on the power play. Long pass for Hansel. Read well by Petrie. Purcell just turns and sends it down the ice. Down to 44 seconds left to go with the penalty to Steve Pinizzato, and Purcell almost intercepted that pass. Purcell getting his stick in the way of that as well. The puck does come free, and it's picked up now by number 16 one more time. And he will send it down the ice and head off. Hall and Nugent Hopkins are up front now as this penalty has just 20 seconds left on it. Hansel gave it away to Fane. And Fane sends it down the ice. Dubnik fakes one way and goes reverse to Schlemko. And Arazona standing up, ready to get back on the ice. The Oilers hold the Coyotes to no shots. Here's a centering pass. Tip Churowicz tied up by Pinizzato out of the penalty box with a great defensive play for number 13. Pinizzato gets to the red line. Gets stopped, carries on, backhands it in. A huge kill for the Oilers. Arizona now 0 for 4 with the man advantage. Beverly will give it to Petrie. 11:20 left in regulation time. We're tied at 1. Leon Draisaitl with Everly and Yakupov. McCulloch off the glass, can't get it by Petrie. She's got it up behind the net. Picked up on the far side by Bodker. He'll give it to Moss, quickly up the middle. Chipchura stopped by Petrie. Backtracking is Everly. Scramble play in the neutral zone. Comes to Yakupov. Yakupov lost it to Bodker.
Jordan Everly was not happy there on that turnover. He looked back at Neil Yakupov.
Here's a turnover by Summers to Arcabello. Snaps a shot. Dubnik makes the blocker save, but Arcabello gets the rebound. Arcabello goes cross ice. Schultz walking in, right out in front, and tipped just wide by Tyler Pitlick. Hunt keeps it in at the blue line. Perron with it now. Oilers with a huge push. Here's Pitlick on the far side. Schultz down low. Pinned by Vermette against the boards. Comes free. Perron's got it. David Perron. Schultz to Arcabello, who started this by intercepting a pass off the stick of Chris Summers. And a penalty coming up to the Coyotes. Perron turns, lets the shot go. The puck is still loose. Another chance stopped by Dubnik. And a penalty coming up to the Coyotes. Perron turns, lets the shot go. The puck is still loose. Another chance stopped by Dubnik. But the Oilers are going to get a power play out of all of it. They will get their second power play of the game when we come back to the Gila River Arena.
Scotiabank Wednesday night hockey features an Eastern Conference matchup as the Ottawa Senators visit the New Jersey Devils tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Mountain, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Sportsnet West, Pacific East, and Ontario. Following that game, we feature the Dallas Stars and the Vancouver Canucks.
Penalty. Antoine Vermette and the power play opportunity for the Oilers. Huge one.
And winning the draw, Nugent Hopkins. Hall lets the shot go with Purcell providing the traffic in front. The Oilers have outshot the Coyotes 9-1 in this period as Everly brings it in. Everly back to Hunt. Hunt to Hall. One-time shot. Big pad save. And sent down the ice by Brandon McMillan.
And Teddy Purcell arguing with the referee in front, thinking he was interfered with as he was trying to screen Devin Dubnik.
Nugent Hopkins to Everly. Everly turns inside the blue line. Gives it to Hunt. Misses off to Purcell. Purcell to the middle. Nugent Hopkins back to Hunt. Here comes another one-time shot. And that one was blocked by Summers. But Hall retains possession. Hall with Nugent Hopkins. Everly. Hunt winds. Fires a blast. And that went off Tobias Reeder. Nugent Hopkins recovers. Gets it to Purcell. Nugent Hopkins in tight quarters. It comes back to Hunt. Hall, third time on this power play. That one skitters wide as he didn't get all of it. Hansel will now send it right down onto Ben Scrivens. 48 seconds left to go with a power play for the Oilers. Their second of the game. 34 shots for the Coyotes. The Oilers up to 25 now. As Draisaitl splits the defense with a backhand that goes wide. Perron on the near side. Schultz lets the shot go. That one whistles wide. And Dubnik will cover up.
Coming into the zone, Another quick breakout. Good support coming out of the zone. 2 men in. It's a 2-on-1. They isolate. And Leon Draisaitl just makes a nice little move. Fakes like he's going to go pass. And then brings it back into the zone. Gets a chance on net. And a shot that Oliver Ekman-Larsson nearly tips past his own goaltender. A good shot from Justin Schultz. You want to see Justin be more aggressive shooting that puck.
Schultz lets the shot go. That one whistles wide. And Dubnyk will cover. As Draisaitl splits the defense with the backhand that goes wide. He scores! Schultz lets the shot go. Larson.
Coming into the zone.
We have a tie game.
Coming into the zone.
In the desert.
Coming into the zone. Another quick breakout. Good support coming out of the zone. 2 men in. It's a 2-on-1. They isolate. And Leon Draisaitl just makes a nice little move. Fakes like he's going to go pass. And then brings it back into the zone. Gets a chance on net. And a shot that Oliver Ekman-Larsson near back. He tips past his own goaltender. A good shot from Justin Schultz. You want to see Justin make him shooting that puck. A good shot from Justin Schultz. You want to see Justin be more aggressive shooting that puck.
Yakubov trying to get the last rush in here, and he will start away. Yakubov brings it across the blue line, but gets surrounded and then sent down the ice by Joe Vitale. And that will do it for the power play. The Oilers generate 2 shots with the man advantage. They are 0 for 2 with 4 shots on goal. Hendricks with it now. His drop pass for Perron, broken up and back the other way. Here comes Shane Doan moving in against Arcabello. Lays it around the boards. Yandel will wait for it on the far side. Yandel behind the net for Vermette. Vermette centering pass went off Davidson. They come together behind the net. The puck is loose. McCulloch pitching, and the Oilers have an opportunity to get it out, and it's David Perron. Perron, at the end of his shift, will bounce it in. Hendricks will get there. Hendricks against Doan. Doan takes him into the boards, but Arcabello gets the pass. Hendricks in his skates against Yandel. Pitlick trying to help out, but the Coyotes get possession. Lay it off the glass and down the ice, and they want to get a change in. 7 minutes left to go in regulation time. The Oilers with a pushback here in the third period after being dominated on the shot clock in the second period. A franchise record 26 shots for Arizona. Hansel with it now. Martin Hansel, sharp angle shot, pad save. Bad save. Hansel trying to play it off the net, back of the net, but Paul was there defensively.
That's a turnover. That's an easy D-to-D pass that misses Andrew Ferentz and turns into a chance.
Hansel, one more time. This time it's Tobias Reeder. Hansel.
1 hour 26 minutes.
To him, and the Oilers start away.
1 hour 26 minutes. 1 hour 26 minutes.
Purcell
27 seconds. 1
with a
hour
5
49 minutes. 9
time.
seconds.
Just chips it in. He's going to head off. Perron racing in. Schlemko gets there first. Erat. To the middle it goes. Pass for Moss. Just out of his reach. He is out there with Katura. This is Everly. To Arcabello. Nice pass to Davidson. Davidson to Perron. Sends it in. Dubnyk stops it. He will play it to X.
1 hour 20.
McCulloch. Pass in the middle for Moss. Goes off the stick of Petrie. And ends up going 8 rows up. There's a souvenir. Rogers hockey. Right here. It's outstanding results.
Let's go back to
outstanding play is brought to you by Remax. Outstanding agents. Outstanding results.
Let's go back to the second period. Ben Scrivens for the save. Second save, then turns and does everything he can to make that third save. I would say it was a stack of the pads, but really wasn't. He just threw the pads up and did everything he could to stay with the puck. An outstanding save by Ben Scrivens, who so far has been outstanding tonight.
It's outstanding. Rogers, what the middle it goes.
It really was, I think,
34th in time. The 2 games that he's played against Arizona so far this season, he has faced a total of 57 shots.
The assist.
But 35 already in this one. From the faceoff, already in this one. From the faceoff, Subban Larson. Up the stick of Petrie, and ends up going 8 rows up. It is a souvenir. Rogers, Oilers hockey, right here.
Rogers, Oilers hockey.
Tonight's outstanding play is brought to you by RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
Let's go back to the second period. Ben Scrivens with a save, second save, then turns and does everything he can to make that third save. I would say it was a stack of the pads, but it really wasn't. He just threw the pads up and did everything he could to stay with the puck. An outstanding save by Ben Scrivens, who so far has been outstanding tonight.
One of 34 that he has made so far, with 5:36 left to go in regulation time. The two games that he's played against Arizona so far this season, he has faced a total of 57 shots, but 35 already in this one. Inside the zone, Yandel gets it back to Petrie. Arcabello off the board for Perron. Let go right on him as Doan. Gives it to Vermette. Doan will bring it in. Goes wide to Yandel. Yandel back to Bucker. His shot. Scrivens didn't see it, but he made the save. In the right position. The puck hit him.
Didn't see it at all. You called it perfectly, Kevin. Was being in the right position.
Doan flips it in. Scrivens sees that. Kicks it aside. Reeder against Bain. Davidson to Hall. Hall gets knocked down or avoids the check from Hansel, and Hansel went down. Davidson up the middle for Hall, just out of his reach, but Hall stays with it. He'll sweep it around the boards. Dubnyk stops it, gives it to Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson lost it to Nugent-Hopkins. He's got Hall out in front. Nugent-Hopkins turns, lets a shot go. Here's a chance. Hall a shot. Dubnyk the save. Hall retrieves, gets it back to Bain, but that's brought back in offside. Put around the boards. Dubnyk stops it, gives it to Ekman-Larsson. Ekman-Larsson lost it to Nugent-Hopkins. He's got Hall out in front. Nugent-Hopkins turns, lets a shot go. Here's a chance. Hall a shot. Dubnyk the save. Hall retrieves, gets it back to Bain, but that's brought back in offside. Just out of it. Save.
To get fire. You go to the front.
26th save of the hockey game.
It's been no slouch tonight, that's for sure.
Schlemko with a wrist shot. Scrivens the save. He had Moss.
That's for sure.
The Hall out in front. Nugent-Hopkins turns, lets a shot go. Here's a chance. Hall a shot. Dubnyk the save. Oh, and a shot. Hall stole. Gets it back to Bain. But that's brought back in offside. Tie game for Schlemko.
This is why you go to the front of the net. This is a good save by Ben Scrivens. Shane Doan gets in front of the net. And either goes off to Shane Doan or Edward Ferris is trying to defend him. And then a turn, fire, rebound right to Taylor Hall. But Ben Scrivens, I'm sorry, I keep saying Ben Scrivens. Devin Dubnyk does an outstanding job of pushing and sliding over to get square to that shot from Taylor Hall.
26th save of the hockey game.
No slouch tonight, that's for sure.
Schlemko with a wrist shot. Scrivens the save. He had Moss providing the screen in front.
I'm sorry.
And the Hunt. Vermette gives him a bump. Sends it to the corner. The captain for the Coyotes waiting for it. He gave it away to Ferentz. Dubnyk settles it down behind the net. McCullough off balance around the boards. Perron on the intercept. David Perron. He was off balance. And Shane Doan took advantage. Fired it into the corner. Bodker. Doan. Hansel. Ferentz. Can't get it out. Ekman-Larsson has his pocket picked there by Teddy Purcell. Purcell sends it in. Dubnyk will once again stop it. Leave it for McCullough. Down to 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in regulation time. Nugent-Hopkins starts right up the middle with a pass for Taylor Hall and takes a look, takes a hit, gets the puck down the ice. But it's going to be icing again. Starts right up the middle with a pass for Taylor Hall and takes a look, takes a hit, gets the puck down the ice. But it's going to be icing.
He scores a game winner for McDavid.
Chop and Save Boy Canadian could be our next lucky winner. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You can win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Prince Bay Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great.
NH31 to go. The tally, a possession now important with 2:31 to go. Vitale against Nugent Hopkins. And a timeout is being taken by the Edmonton. And a timeout is being taken by the Edmonton.
There's a Damaso get out streak in the corner.
Rangers aim not to pin. Once again, Nugent Hopkins against Joe Vitale. Vitale wins it back to McCulloch. McCulloch puts it towards the net. It hit Vitale. This is Gagne. Gagne out in front of the shot, and again Scrivens the save. McCulloch with a shot that goes wide. Ekman Larson let that original shot go. Hall with it now. Taylor Hall's beside himself from all alone because he's not beside himself. He was just alone at the end of the shift. He is headed to the bench now with just over 2 minutes left to go in regulation time. Matt Hendricks picks it up at center and brings it across. Backhand. Dropped by Dubnik. Yakubov to Eberle. Eberle. Pumped up the puck there by McCulloch. And it squirts out to neutral ice. Petrie. As the Coyotes make changes, Ferentz. Across the blue line. Soft pass in the corner for Eberle. Eberle. Lost it. Dolan's got it. He will play it to Bodker. Bodker. Knocked down there by Ferentz. Arcabello picks it up. He'll give it to Fane. Quick pass to Eberle to the middle to Yakubov. Yakubov with some speed. Here's Yakubov snapping a shot. Big rebound in front. And it's kicked into the corner as Fane had joined the play. Arcabello. There's another shot by Pitlick. He put that one high and wide. Perron with a shot.
Sailors are still. That was a dime.
Got goal was here. And around the boards. Can't get it by Tyler Pitlick. Oilers D were changing less than a minute to go. Here comes David Moss. David Moss goes behind the net. Erat, Hansel join him. Hansel works it out in front, but there is Mark Fane. Perron plays it off the board. Schlemko at center. Chipped by Pitlick. It's dumped back in. Scrivens takes a look. Sees Erat bearing down on him. Calmly plays it to Fane. Backhanded down the ice. No icing. That will allow the Oilers to get a change in and get Nugent Hopkins along with Teddy Purcell and Taylor Hall on the ice for the last 28 seconds. And Stone lets it go, deflected wide. Bodker to Vermette. Vermette plays it out in front, but Scrivens prevents that from getting to
down the bench.
Bello. Circle.
Draw. Nice clearance.
Up the wing for Hall. Hall against McCulloch. McCulloch pins him against the boards. We're down to 4 seconds.
Slider at 1 hour 37 minutes.
And for the first time in this series,
the
Edmonton Oilers, the play of the game is
3-2.
The play of the game.
The Oilers snap their 2-game winning streak.
The play of the game. The play of the game is brought to you by Rogers. Live like never before.